Yo, what is up, guys? Once again, this is another video, just talking about synthetic indices. I want to talk about what synthetic indices are, how to trade them, and basically, I'm gonna even share perhaps the broker that I use in order for, you know, um, to trade synthetic indices. And on this platform, you don't just only trade synthetics, you can also trade other instruments, your forex, you can also trade other derivatives. But before we continue with this video, I just want you guys to please hit the like and subscribe button, to also turn on the notifications bell there, so that every time there's a video that we upload, at least you're up to date. You already know what it is that we're going to, what we're going to talk about. You have the comment, the content. I'm sorry about that. So I just want just hit the like, subscribe, and then also don't forget to leave a comment at the end of the video to mention what it is that you feel, how you feel about the video itself. Okay, synthetic indices, right? So when we're talking about synthetic indices, you're basically talking about markets that they just simulate real market movement. It's just something that's just moving exactly how a market would move. Just to sum it up, it's a market that copies real world market movements, right? And any other market movement that you can trade, synthetics move just the same way. But depending on which one that you're trading, obviously the volatility and everything like that, it differs, you know what I mean. So we have like a list of them. You get your volatility, your volatility 75, but guys. Okay, you get your volatility 75. Actually your volatility indexes, right? It's called VIX in short. There's your VIX 10, 25, VIX 75, 50, 51s. Cool. There are so many of them, and you have options. Once you start learning how to trade them, that's when you're obviously going to get to know more. You're going to get more details in terms of which ones you perhaps might like to trade, which ones you feel more comfortable with, what type of volatility levels you're comfortable with, because obviously there are different levels. Like I mentioned, there's the VIX jump index, there's a boom, crash, step indexes. There are just a couple of them that you are able to trade, and once you learn and master how to trade them, you look at the potential of making so much profit, because I feel like they make the movements, even just a small movement, even just a small movement of pips can make you so much money. It can collect you know what I mean. But remember, the amount of money that you can gain when trading synthetic indices is the same as, you should just know that it's the same amount that you're looking at losing if ever a trade goes wrong and it doesn't go in your direction. So just always be careful of that. They are nice, they pay, synthetic indices pay, don't get it twisted, but they also they can also take your money in the same way that you get the money. But once you get the money, guys, once you get the money, they make you, so you look at potentially maximizing on profits. To trade synthetic indices, you need to be someone that's good at technical analysis. You don't really need fundamentals, because just like I mentioned, they copy real world market movement. They just copy other markets. They just copy, it's just all about market structure. So if you know about your market structure, if you know about your trends, and then all that, if you're good with your technicals, basically good with the technical analysis, then trading synthetics is something that's gonna be for you. But remember, just like I mentioned, it's a very volatile market, so you never know, because it's moving and you have no idea what's moving it, because it's just moving because of some digital number calculated what, which obviously creates the type of movement that you're looking at. Once you start trading it more and more and more and more and more, you'll get in touch with it, you'll start having, that bond with it. You'll start falling in love with it, and then you're going to be able to trade it going further. It's not going to be any stress. But without any further ado, I'd just like to show you just a list of the types of synthetic indices that they are, just like I had already mentioned. And I just want to talk a bit about my broker, which is Deriv, right? But just hold on for that. It's coming up right now. Okay, just like I had mentioned, I wanted to talk a bit about the broker that I use. I use Deriv, right, to trade synthetics, and then there are a lot of markets to trade on Deriv. Just like I mentioned, you can get your Forex, you can get your synthetic indices, stock indices, cryptocurrencies, basket indices, commodities. There are so many, but because we're talking about synthetic indices, I'm just going to read to you here exactly why they say you should trade synthetic indices. I had already mentioned why it is you should, but just like I'm already showing you right now, this is the reason why. And okay, why trade synthetic indices on Deriv? Deriv's proprietary synthetic indices simulate real-world market movements. Like I'd mentioned before, they're backed by a cryptographically secure random number generator, which is what I mentioned, in the numbers and what you might not. Backed by a cryptographically secure random number generator. These indices are available to trade 24/7 and are unaffected by regular market hours, global events, or market and liquidity risks. So I don't know if you are, obviously if you're watching this, I think you can already see why it is you should be trading synthetic indices. I mean, so anyways, those are some of the benefits. Obviously they're open 24 hours. They are free from real world markets. They're not affected by any sort of news. If anyone just announces something, or some sort of company just falls or something of that sort, if there's some news, some serious events happening in the world, they don't affect synthetic indices. So when you trade synthetic indices, you already know that you are just trading your market structure. That's what you're focusing on. All right. So I'm talking about Deriv and obviously synthetics, right? So on Deriv, when you trade synthetics, right, you can trade them in many ways. You can trade CFDs, you can trade options, and you can trade multipliers, right? I think so. That's sort of just something that you'll just go through for yourself. Like I mentioned here, the instruments, there's volatility indices, crash boom, jump indices, step. There's the range break indices. There are so many. You can go through them when you're trading options and multipliers. Guys, I just feel like these ones you should perhaps just go through them on your own, and then if you have any questions perhaps in terms of how they work, if you don't understand whatever's written here, then you can go ahead and leave a comment below and I'll be sure to answer you. And guys, please, like I had mentioned already, again, leave a comment, guys, so that at least I know where to help you, at least I know where to improve, at least this video will be able to reach a lot of people, as YouTube is sort of working with the same sort of system which calculates comments, and it can see that okay, there's a certain thing whereby there are people commenting and they're commenting about a certain thing, and they're going to drive the video to reach much more people. Like, comment, subscribe, and so basically, guys, I think that is it. I don't want to dwell more on it. Synthetic indices are nice to trade. I enjoy trading them. They're one of my favorite things to trade. I do trade other indices. I do trade NAS 100. I just want to try and go into the US 30. I noticed some similar movements with them, but what I am focused on right now specifically is synthetic indices, your VIX 75 and your VIX 75 1S plus your VIX 50 1S. Those are the ones that I'm sort of, having a look at. I'm always focused on those ones. especially VX 75. But if you want to trade synthetic indices, guys, I would recommend it for you. And please use the link below if you want to start trading them. I do have a couple of other links if you want to trade other instruments. Obviously, if you want to trade your NAS 100, or if you just want to trade your currencies, you can just use the links below. Those are my recommended brokers. And I hope this video was very useful for you, and I hope you found the necessary information. I hope you now have a clearer understanding in terms of what synthetic indices are. So if you ever need anything, if you want to talk to me going further, if you need more help, like I mentioned, just holler in the comment section below. And also, not forgetting, if you want merchandise, if you want merchandise, you can, it's coming. I'm not gonna say you can order. It's coming. We're still working on it. It's in the process. This is one of the t-shirts that's coming. It's the volatility of it. It's volatility. You know what I mean? When we're talking about volatility, remember, it's not about just the index itself, volatility index itself, but we're talking about the volatility in the market, volatility that you can expect when trading. So if you got this, just know that you will be representing, guys, everywhere that you go. You will be showing us the bearish and the bullish movements that you do support the cause. Danko Bafrecho, I hope this video was very useful, and I think that's much it. Danko.